Okay then, so we're here with two Boro fans ahead of the big kick-off today, the derby kick-off. Firstly, what's the score, and what do you think the match is going to happen? What's going to happen?
I'm going to go with a 2-1 to Boro.
2-1 goal scorers?
I'm not going to commit to that.
No,
I'm not committing to that.
You're going for 3 points, yeah?
Yeah, I go for 3 points, definitely. I'm hoping so, yeah.
The transfer window is obviously closed.
Yeah.
If you had to sum it up and then give it a rating 1 out of 10, what would you give it?
You know what? I think it's been a good bit of business this year, especially after the previous years. I give it a solid 8 for sure.
8,
Yeah.
8. So what would have made it a 10? Is there one sign in particular that you didn't get that you really wish you could have?
You know what? I don't think there's one sign in particular. I feel that listen to Wilder in the build-up. He said he wanted to bring players in. He's done that. I feel like we could probably have done with like another maybe midfielder, maybe another wing back. But other than that, I think it's spot on. Yeah.
Outgoings. You've lost some big players, some real key young stars. What's your thoughts on that?
You know, I feel that Wilder's like a very honest coach. I feel that if they don't fit him, and don't fit his philosophy and the way that he wants to play, I fully back the people who've gone out, because clearly he doesn't want them there.
Yeah, so full trust in the manager, yeah?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
It's been a bad start of the season. It is very early in the season though. Are you expecting things to turn around, or what are your thoughts on the season?
Like you said, it's very early in the season. I'd be very, very shocked if we can't turn it around. You know, we've had. I think we played really well, but I think last 10 minutes we just seem to switch off, and that's where it seems to go a bit wrong for us.
Yeah. Player of the season ahead of this season. Who's going to be the player of the season at the end of the season?
I think if Ryan Giles keeps putting in the performances he does, I think he's going to be up there. Yeah, I really do.
And who's going to be a top goal scorer?
Could be depends which one of the strikers keeps starting.
If it gets really bad, it'll be me.
I think Muniz will. Yeah.
And then at the end of the season as well, what league position are you expecting?
Top.
Top?
Yeah.
You're expecting promotion, automatic promotion, yeah?
Well, hopefully, yeah.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it, yeah. Okay, so we're here with Trent ahead of the big match, the derby match. What's the score prediction for this game, and who's the goal scorers?
2-1 Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Riley McGree and Matt Brooks.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, the transfer window is just shut as well. How happy are you with the transfer window?
Over the moon.
Yeah, what would you give it out of 10?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, so that means there's some room. Is there someone you wanted to sign that you maybe didn't sign?
Not really.
Not happy with everything? Yeah? Okay. What's the score prediction, and who's going to score for Boro?
2-0 Boro and a Muniz double.
I'm not so confident. I think it might be 2-1. It's time the Boro clicked. Hopefully Crooks first.
Yeah. And the transfer window is just closed. How many are you rating that out of 10 for what your expectation was?
Well, for the start, I think we lost some 16 players. I think we got 10 in, but a big turnover was needed. You've got another transfer window, we'll see what happens, but pretty standard for Boro.
What number would you give it then?
I don't know, 7 and a
7,
half.
yeah, content.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
And solid start of everything, but deadline day was a bit disappointing, but overall a solid transfer window.
And what would have made it a 10? Was there a player that you are linked with that you really would have liked that didn't come off in particular?
A goal scorer and another maybe 1 or 2 midfielders.
Yeah.
Yeah, another cornerstone midfield from inside and that.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned goal scorers that you wanted in. Who do you think's going to finish this season as your top goal scorer?
Well, who knows? It doesn't take much to be the top goal scorer for Middlesbrough these days. I think I don't know. Hopefully Muniz can start clicking, but you never know with Middlesbrough actually.
I think it'll be Muniz. I think he'll score 10 or 11, about maybe more.
Yeah. And you speaking of the transfer window, you lost 2 big players, 2 promising young players with Spence and Tavernier. What's your thoughts on the transfers?
Well, that's the market you're in the Championship. If anybody from the Premier League comes for your players, they're going to have to go. Teams like Middlesbrough, Sunderland, everybody apart from Newcastle really selling clubs now.
Yeah.
Tavernier was always going to be hard to keep. Was a very good player for his last season, but was always going to go if a Premier League team came in for him.
Yeah. Right, so we're here with 2 more Boro fans ahead of the big derby kick-off. So the big question is, what's the score prediction and who's going to score for you?
3-1.
3-1, yeah.
I think our new signing might score.
Yes. Which one? Got a few.
Oh, are we?
Striker, Muniz.
Striker, Nunez, yeah.
Nunez, yeah. Okay, and obviously the transfer window is shut now. Who's the best signing that you've made?
I reckon Nunez. I reckon I rate him.
Yeah. And out of 10, what would you give the window as a whole for what you're expecting?
I reckon about an 8.
Yeah. You give it?
I'll say what, a 6 if I am a bit disappointed.
A bit disappointed.
Yeah, I
So
thought it'd be more players
who was it? The one player in particular that you would have liked to fetch in that you didn't fetch in then?
I would have thought another striker, to be fair. I don't know exactly who, but I know I wanted Gale, but then they said, oh, I don't a 30, over 30-year-old striker, so...
Would he have fired the goals though? That might have been a big difference for you, do you reckon?
I thought if I played 4-4-2 or 5-3-2, it would have worked. So he would have got his goals. Even Muniz up front, I thought it would have worked. This bit disappointed, to be fair.
And who's going to be your top goal scorer at the end of the season? Is it Nunez or someone else?
I reckon we might bring someone in January, but I reckon Nunez might do well for us.
Yeah, I think it'd be him as well, to be fair, but also Crooks can get some goals from midfield, but I have to wait and see. I think Muniz is the prospect.
I think Crooks might score the first goal tonight.
And I mean, Crooks, is he going to be the player of the season at the end of the season?
Well, I'm not sure, but Crooks is a very good player.
Who would you give it to? Who do you think is going to be the player of the season?
Isaiah Jones.
Yeah, Jones, yeah.
I reckon the new goalkeeper you signed from Man City, I think he'll be player of the season, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, it's very, very early in the season. It has been a terrible start. Is it just too early in the season and will things turn around, or is there a reason why you're doing bad? Is it the manager? Is it the tactics, something like that?
You know what? You start off bad, but you might, at the end of the year, we might be going up to the playoffs. We start off bad, but you might end up good at the end of the year. You don't know what's happening. It's only at the beginning of the season. We had a bad transfer window, but let's hope we get better. Let's hope we can bring some good players in.
Yeah, I would say that's just Wilder. I think he'll turn things around, just getting the balance in the team. We're leading goals at the moment, but we sort out. We are scoring goals if we sort of defence, then we will start to get better performances and we will win matches.
Where are you expecting to finish at the end of the season?
I reckon about mid-playoffs.
Yeah, some playoffs, yeah.
I'm going to say about 4th or 3rd, I think. I don't think we'll get on mic, but we'll get playoffs for sure, I think.
Yeah, you lost two very promising youngsters, obviously highly rated. They went on to the Premier League. It's hard to maybe keep players when they've got that Premier League link. What are your thoughts on that? Are you very disheartened by that, or is it just one of them things?
Well, do you know what? You can't keep players. If they're going to go to the Premier League, and they're going to go to the Premier League, and we can't. Money talks, in it. We can't keep players if they're going to go to the Premier League, can you? Good luck to them.
Yeah, money talks. I mean, Spence was a prospect, I rate him, but we've replaced him now. We've got Giles in there, so he's firing at the moment. Tavernier, though, he was a big player for us. He's our best player, and we've lost him.
Good luck, Tavernier. I rate him as a player. Good luck to him.
We're ahead of the big derby match with two Sunderland fans. So firstly, what's the score prediction and who's the goal scorers for you guys?
3-1, Ross Stewart with a couple, and Pritchard or Roberts will get the other.
I'm also going 3-1, but Ross Stewart will 1, Ellis Sims hopefully will 1, and probably one of our defenders. I can't predict who though.
Yeah, and the transfer window's just shut. Who is the biggest? You've done a lot. Who's the best signing that you've made this transfer window?
Best signing, I guess it's got to be Jack Clark. Technically, I know he played for us last year, but he's a new signing. He's our best signing so far. But I wouldn't argue with any of them. I think they've all been pretty good, pretty solid.
For me though, it'd be Ellis Sims, just based on him scoring the goals really, and that's the main thing for us. Scoring goals used to be a problem, but then Ross Stewart came in and he started scoring. But Ellis Sims just came in and dug up some goals first, so take a load off Ross Stewart.
Yeah, and I'm guessing this is going to be a high number then. So out of 10, what would you rate the window?
Solid 7-8. Could have been a little bit better. A couple of areas where we maybe could have signed another player or two. We still look short up front if we lose Sims or Stewart. Maybe he's a midfielder, but they've signed the 4 young kids last week. Who knows how they'll bed in? We'll see.
I'm going 7, just purely based on we've picked up on all the key areas that we need to, except maybe one or two up front. But apart from that, I think it's a brilliant window.
Yeah, and obviously your manager's just left very recent. First question is, what's your thoughts on that? And second question, are you expecting to finish higher than Stoke?
We'll finish higher than Stoke, not a problem. It's a bit bitter, isn't it? He looked like he had us going in the right direction, and it seems that he's purely left for money. Might be things going on behind the scenes we're not sure about, but it looks like it's money to me, and very bitter.
Same goes, I just think it's money, but I'm disappointed he's left because I think he was doing really well for us. And I honestly, I'm happy to get out of that league, League One. He did great for us doing that, and that's all. I'm really disappointed to see him go.
And I mean, one chapter closes, another one opens. What's your thoughts on the new manager of the site? Are you happy with him? Are you content with him?
Again, I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't really looked at Championship for the last few years. So, but when you see what he's done with Blackburn, especially last year, second youngest team in the Championship, and he got them to 8th, only bodes well when we've got a young team too. So, I'll be happy with 8th this year.
Yeah, I'm honestly just happy to stay. To be honest, to stay in the league. But the way we started really well. So Tony Mowbray, I hope we can continue that, and especially getting 8th last season with Blackburn. Flying higher over it.
And we're here with 3 Sunderland fans. What's your score prediction, and who's your goal scorers for Sunderland?
I think it'll be a tight game. I think it'll be 2-1 Sunderland. Jack Clark, Ross Stewart will get a goal.
Yeah.
I see a 2-0. I think Clark and Sims.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure it'll be close. I think we'll win 3-1, and I think it'll be Clark, Sims, and possibly Stewart.
Yeah. The transfer window's just very recently finished. Who's the best signing you made? There's a few to choose from. You made some good transfers.
He's injured at the minute, but Dan Ballard's the best signing Sunderland made because he's like a championship level defender.
Yeah.
And Sunderland only had League One defenders before.
Yeah.
Dan Ballard's our best one.
Okay.
I personally think Ellis Sims, his power, his pace, it's brilliant at the minute.
Yeah, on loan from Everton. Yeah.
I think Darlow from Man U, he's quality, you know.
I don't think I can disagree with Johnny with Dan Ballard being the best signing. I think coming from Millwall, being championship signing, I think he's been a brilliant signing.
And out of 10, what would you rate the transfer window going into now?
I'll go 7 because I think we need a bit more experience. We've got exciting young lads. So like, I don't know, I just want a bit more like assuring us about us, but 7.
7, yeah.
I'd say 8.5, mate. I don't think you can complain. I just think our midfield's a bit weak. Midfield's not the greatest, but our sign's really bad.
Yeah. I think it possibly did. I think we've put a couple more midfields and another centre half. Possibly if he's going to be able to play 3 at the back, but I think we've not done too bad in the transfer window.
That brings us on to the next question then. One person, one name. Is there someone you missed out on? One person that you really would have liked to see?
Our goalkeeper's good, but I'd like to say an experienced goalkeeper to back him up because as soon as our goalie's injured, like we've got Alex Bass.
We've not got a battle bit?
No, we've only got him. He's shit. Like I watched him against Sheffield. He's shit. Like I play and goal. Oh, you may as well have signed me. You know what I mean? I only play on Sundays. You know.
I'd say, what's that Blackburn defender called last season? Got player of the year.
Oh, Van Heck.
I think he would have been good Blackburn player of the season. I think he would have been good at the back.
I'm not quite sure who I would say. Possibly a Lee Cattermole-ish signing in midfield and replace Corey Evans when he got injured because I think he's been playing very well lately. It's been why he did under Alex Neil anyway. Do you know what I mean?
One word answers here. Who's going to be the top goal scorer and who's going to have the best season for you?
Obvious.
Ross Stewart.
You have had an absolutely fantastic start of the season. What are you putting that down to? Is it the manager? Or?
I think Alex Neil had us well drilled.
Yeah.
Tony Mowbray come in, and like I love like everything about it. Like he's like he likes bringing young players through this that, and the other. Yeah. But Alex Neil had them so well drilled. Yeah. Like Tony Mowbray didn't need to change a thing. So I put down Alex Neil, mate.
You know, I'd say the wing backs, Gooch and Clark's been brilliant this season, especially Clark. Going on the wing, get the ball in the box with Stewart, who's tall.
Pair of wing backs have been tremendous, but I think the way we've set up just for every game we've been class with 5. I mean, for all it is 5 at the back, but it's not really 5 at the back when you're attacking. And I think it looks brilliant. I think it has got down to the manager, so we'll have to see what Mowbray does down into the stage.
Speaking of the manager leaving, is that still a bitter taste? And what's your expectations for the new guy coming in?
You've got to get over it. You suddenly FC, like you've got to get over it. Like, it doesn't matter. Stoke have got. I'm sure I read somewhere he's got the 4th richest owners in Britain. In any industry you work in, if someone's going to offer you more money to do the same job, you're going to take it. I am not happy. I don't like the way he went about it. On the Saturday, he's at Ewood Park. Sunderland's playing while he's still employed by Sunderland. Not great, but if in any industry you go for the money, I do the same. I understand personally.
The way I see it, if he doesn't want to be a top footballer, but he was a good start to season money, but Tony Mowbray looks out.
Yeah, I think he's been great at the start of the season, but what can you do? At the end of the day, if he's gone, so you've got to get on with it, haven't you?
And where are you expecting to finish at the end of the season?
As long as Sunderland stay up, I'd hate to go back in League One. Stay up, consolidate, and then I think we probably could because of our talent, but just stay up. I'd hate to go back in League One. That's all
I can say about 8th to 10th. round there, I think we're going to do alright. I really do. At the minute, we're doing well at the minute. We are.
Yeah.
Sunderland.
And what are you expecting? I think probably just above relegation zone and let the lads push on a lot. I mean, don't get us wrong, I don't think we're a bad side at all, but if we stop up, I'll be happy, and I think the lads can push on and possibly get top 10, like.
Head with 2 Sunderland fans ahead of the big derby kick-off today. What's your score prediction and who's going to score for you guys?
2-0 to Sunderland.
Goal scorer?
Jack Clark and Stewart.
2-1 Sunderland, Sims and Clark.
Yep. Transfer window shut. Is any of them the best transfers that you've made? You've made a few.
I think overall the transfer deals have been really good. Overall, probably Clark didn't come in the most recent transfer window, but he's probably been our most.
We're involved around youth, haven't we? Youth.
Yeah,
I mean, youth all day.
Yeah, 100%. How many would you rate it? Out of 10, what would you rate the transfer window?
7.
7. So what would have made it a 10? Is there one player that got away that you would have really liked to say? One player in particular?
I feel like Bally, cut them all.
In general terms, just a couple of experienced players.
Yeah.
A lot of good young players.
Get them roasted up.
You need that balance. And, Fair enough. Who's going to be your top goal scorer this season, and who's going to be your best player?
Stewart will be top goal scorer.
Yeah. And who's the best player?
Jack Clark.
Clark, Pritchard, Stewart.
Yeah. You've had an absolutely fantastic start of the season. What are you putting that down to?
Fitness levels.
Yeah.
Alex fitness levels, just the word fit.
Recruitment's been a lot.
Overhead.
Christian Speakman gets a lot of criticism, but generally done really well. You know,
put all the money wasting down what the all over the years. We had a treatment thing that telling me £100 they were using it.
Yeah. So look, I seen the documentary. Yeah.
Only paying using it.
Yeah. The manager's obviously just left under controversial circumstances. What's your thoughts on that, and what's your thoughts on the new manager?
Should have given them the money.
Yeah.
Never given the money. I think he's only on £7 away.
Yeah.
He'll be on about 30 or 40 in Stoke, I think.
I just think the situation came up where Stoke offered him a lot more money. I don't mind him going for more money, but it was the circumstances he left in. Yeah. For example, being seen in the director's box at Blackburn when he was still an employee of some football club.
Exactly right.
That was awful.
There must have been some tittle tattle when we played down Stoke anyway.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on the new manager?
I think give him a chance. We won playing out against Rotherham, so
yeah. I think they had to appoint somebody very quickly. He was available. He hasn't got a bad track record. It's not brilliant. I think it gives a bit of stability.
Where are you going to finish at the end of the season, and will you finish higher than Stoke?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll finish higher than Stoke. I think we'll finish at least a playoff position.
Playoff position. What number are you going for?
Playoffs. I was right thereabouts.
Yeah. If you didn't get in the automatic promotion, the promotion, is that a bad season?
No, I think so.
No. But I think a lot of people will be happy. Some people are saying don't get relegated, others are saying just consolidate. But I think we've got a lot of ability in the team, so I'd like to go for something more than that. So at least playoffs.
We proved the league against Rotherham. We're strong against till the end.
What's your score prediction, and who's going to score for you in this game?
I think 2-2.
2-2, yeah.
Stewart and Sims.
Stewart's good. Transfer window's just shut. You signed a lot of players. Who's the best one?
Not yet to be seen.
Yet to be seen. You want to wager on that, anyone?
Well, to be honest with you, Sims was the best.
Yeah. How many out of 10 would you rate the transfer window?
It's got to be done.
Yeah. Yeah. Put a number on it.
It's got to be done. 10. 10.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Who's going to be the top goal scorer this season, and who's going to be the best player at the end of the season?
Ross Stewart.
For both.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You've had a fantastic start of the season. What are you putting that down to?
Well, a good team, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And if we'd carried a bit of luck, we could have been top of the league.
Yeah. The manager's just left you as well. It's a little bit controversial. What's your thoughts on him leaving, and what's your thoughts on the new manager?
Well, I happened to meet him twice, Alex Neil, on his second game at coming back from Charlton, and I found him. We had a 20-minute conversation at the service station on the M1, and I met him again, and I had a shock out of the blue when he left us. But it is what it is.
Yeah. So
there's no one bigger than the club.
Yeah. Disappointed, but then what do you think of the new manager?
I'm quite happy.
Quite happy.
Quite happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Where are you expecting to finish this season, and will it be ahead of Stoke?
100% playoffs.
Playoffs, yeah. If you don't get the playoffs, it's a disappointing season, do you reckon?
Not really. Not really.
Happy with around that sort of area.
Absolutely.
Perfect. We're here ahead of the big derby game. Score prediction and goal scorers for Sunderland.
Oof. My head says draw, but I'm going to go my heart and say 2-0. Ross Stewart and Corey Evans.
Yeah. The transfer window's just closed. Who's the best signing you made?
I haven't seen any of the new boys, so I'll have to go with Jack Clark just because we had him last year and he's kicked on loads.
He's had a good start of the season already. How many out of 10 would you rate the window?
I think we could have done more. I'd say 7.
7? Is there one player in particular that would have made it a bit higher then? One player you missed that one?
No one in particular, but I feel like we could have strengthened either centre half or another striker just as backup.
Going into the season, who's going to be your player of the season and who's going to be the best, the goal scorer of the season?
I'd have to say Stuart for both. He's been class so far.
Your manager's just left under controversial circumstances. What's your thoughts on that and what's your thoughts on the new manager?
And we didn't know why he's left really, so I can't really. I mean, it seems odd, but he's obviously got his own reasons for doing so. And Tony Mowbray he seems the best fit for the model and everything, working under young players and that. So fingers crossed he'll do all right. I can't comment on him. I wouldn't know too much about him. But.
Okay, and where are you expecting to finish at the end of the season?
Bang mid-table would be lovely. We haven't had a season where it's just been plain sailing for ages. It's either been going up or down. So to have the season of stability would be class. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Are you expecting to finish higher than Stoke?
I think we'll finish quite close to. I'll say yeah. I'll say yes.
Right, we're here with some Big Boro fans ahead of the big kickoff. So I need collectively, what's your score prediction and who's the goal scorers? Win, lose or draw?
What's the score going to be though?
Draw, eh?
Boro?
Boro, draw.
Boro 2-1. 2-1. Jones first goal scorer.
Yeah, more, eh?
What do you think?
3-0 Boro.
3-0 Boro. Where are you going to end up at the end of the season? What position?
We're getting promoted.
Promoted to Boro.
Yeah? What number? What position?
We're going to go second in the league.
Automatic, yeah? You've had a bad start, you reckon?
Second half of the season, we'll come on and we'll win.
Well,
you've had a bad start of the season. What are you putting that down to? And is it just because it's too early and things will turn themselves around?
It's just too early in the sun.
Yeah.
And then we'll come
stronger ever.
And it'll start today with 3 points, yeah?
3 points.
Yes.
So we're here with some Sunderland and some Boro fans ahead. So Sunderland first. What's your score prediction? Who's your goal scorer?
3-1 Sunderland. Ross Stewart and Ellis Sims.
Yeah. And what about you guys, the Boro people?
2-0 up the Boro all the way. That's good.
2-1. 2-2.
2-1. The goalie, man.
Okay, and we want league position. Where are you finishing? Firstly, Sunderland, where are you finishing? End of the season.
5th. Playoffs, win at Wembley.
Playoffs, yeah.
24th.
Yeah, we're probably getting relegated.
Relegation. You've sold some big players, some really good players. What's the expectation on Middlesbrough now?
They're going to win. We're still getting relegated.
Still getting relegated? Yeah.
We're winning the league. We're winning the league. Yeah, we are. No, mid-table.
Top goal scorer this season?
We want Josh Coburn back. Bring him back.
Get Josh Coburn back.
Bristol, bring him back. He was our young future.
What do you think of your manager?
We hate him.
Get him gone.
He's our king, right?
Yeah.
Fuck these lot often.
Better than the last manager. It's controversial.
Alex Neil.
Yeah.
Baldy bastard. Tell him.